Welcome again to Simplified RSA. We are the guys who makes it looks easy, as we've been doing, right? Well, this is my first video for this year, a new year, of course. And a year, it's a very long time. Hey, a year is a very long time. Sometimes I ask myself, have you ever tried to look at the year? Okay, everyone knows that a year is 365 days, but luckily, or is it like even, I don't know. But we are from a leap year whereby we had 366 days. My favorite song is by this guy right here, Dukes Singanga. We always sing along to this song. 525,600 minutes. And you ask yourself, how do they get to that point? Well, my topic for today, as we begin the year, I want to open with the so-called conversion factors, just to know how to convert things from something to another. Like, for instance, why is a year being 365 days? Well, that one is easy to calculate. You can go from January 1st as day one, day two, day three, 31st of January, moving to February 1st, 32, February 2nd, 33, like that, like that. And then it's easier to can point out the days on the calendar until you get to the 365th day, which, like I say, previously we had a leap year, which was not so nice anyway. But that's the story for the emotional and psychological purposes from the heart of how we felt about the year. But now, going back to the song, let me actually go through. Um, I don't know why do I choose this song, but then it could be a nice opening to my conversion factors, because I would say to you, imagine if someone was to ask you how many minutes are there in a year, because in a year there's 12 months. Like, also it's easy to calculate because from a calendar you have month 1 January, month 2 February, month 3 4 5 6, and then month 12, which is December. The song, it goes 525,600 minutes. I wish I could play the song, but because of the, what do they call this, the copyright issues, I can't just play songs that belongs to other artists like that, because otherwise I have to pay them and I can't afford them because no one is following. In the meantime, while we edit, please subscribe on our YouTube channel. Follow us on TikTok, follow us on Facebook, follow us in all our social media platforms as we teach each other academical stuff. And this is going to be a cool year, of course, because all the students that were involved with us for the previous years, they did pass and they did do well. If you feel you're still struggling and you need any help, feel free to email us on this email address here. That's info@simplifiedrsa.com. So now my main part today, I just want to show you how do they get to 525,600 minutes, being the amount of minutes that we have in a year. But we're gonna apply the so-called conversion factors, because it's very nice, man, to know how to convert from grams to kilograms, from milliliters to liters, just to play around with those things, because sometimes you can get in trouble by not understanding how these things works, because you can have 10 liters of water, and now when you pick the 10 liters of water and it's heavy for you, and then someone may ask you, do you know how many kgs is that? So you must know that there is a relationship between probably meters and liters and moving into kilograms. So welcome to our first lesson for today. And the opening, let me show you how do we get the minutes that we may have in a year. It's so cool though, if you look at it like this. I'm going to say, so the big question is, we want to know how many minutes in a year. I can just write it like a year like that. We want to know how many minutes do we have in 1 year, right? In 1 year. Somehow, like I say, everybody knows already that in 1 year, if it's a normal year, it's not a leap year, we have 365 days. Now, this itself, we call it a conversion factor, because we know that in 1 year amounts to 365 days. Another conversion factor that I can look at before I come to this one is that in one day, I have 24 hours, obviously. In one day, I have 24 hours, like that. Another conversion, because I want to get to minutes. I want to move from year to minutes. How many minutes are there in 1 year? So this equals to 1 year. I'm going to work it out, but then from days to hours, I know that in 1 hour, I have 60 minutes. Now I'm good to go with these conversion factors. All I need to do is just to play around with my conversion factors such that my final SI unit, I think if you've been following our videos, you know what an SI unit is. I just have to play around with these conversion factors such that my final SI unit should be in minutes. So I want to have my final answer in minutes, and then I'm happy. Look, any number is over 1, right? Any number is over 1. I just want to show you, I want to write this as a fraction. But when I put my conversion factors here, I'm going to multiply by, if I move it, let me just write this properly. Let me get a different color just to put the chemistry there. If I multiply this by this, I want to make sure that the year is underneath such that the year, I know that 1 year is equivalent to 365 days. And I'm doing this because I want the year to cancel the year, because I want to get rid of the years first. Again, I know that when coming to days, I don't want days. If I cancel the years and years and I multiply this, I'll find that 1 year is 365 days. But I don't want the days. I want to get rid of the days as well. To get rid of the days, I'm going to use this conversion factor, whereby I know that 1 day is equals to 24 hours. If the days were up, I was going to write it the other way around. But because I know what I want to achieve, I'm going to write this as 1 day. 1 day is equivalent to 24 hours. But I'm still not happy because I have now years cancelling the years, days cancelling the days, and then I'm going to left with hours. I want to be left with minutes only. To do that, I'm going to use the third conversion factor. Then I will multiply. Obviously, the hour will come below 1 hour or 1 hours. It doesn't matter, because I just want everything to delete until I have minutes. 1 minute, 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes. So before I multiply everything, according to the fractions of mathematics, I know that years will cancel years, days will cancel days, hours will cancel hours, and then I'm left with minutes. I can write my SI unit as minute there. This is equals to, the only thing that I have to do now is just to multiply throughout. So I'm going to say 1 times 365 times 24 times 60. Let's see. If I multiply that, I will then say, using my calculator, of course, I will then say 1 times 365 times 24. If you have a calculator, you can go with me. You can go through with me the multiplication, and then you multiply by 60. And what do I get? I get the actual 525,600 minutes. 525,600 minutes. So we call this conversion factors, guys. These are conversion factors. This is just the opening video of conversion factors. We still have more. We're going to move from kilometers to meters, grams to milligrams, whatever. But I just want you to understand this concept. Again, I say, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us in all our social media platforms to can have more of such content, to can have more of such videos delivered to you, because we're still going to do more. It's more like academical, and I'm just using a song because it's an opening one, and it's the new year and our mind is still fresh and we can't go deep and I start to stress you about decimeters and kilometers. Yet we still have to consider those because we're going to calculate areas, we're going to calculate volumes, we're going to calculate a lot of different shapes. But it's just wiser to know the conversion factors. I want to tell you a story. This other time, I once got into trouble because of someone not knowing conversion factors, and that was my mom. So, thing is, when you're doing first year and you are being naughty and you are chilling with wrong people at the wrong time, and so they had bought like a doobie, like weed. So now we got caught by the popos while we are doing the things, and someone put the stuff into my bag. Now, when they searched, they found like a small like, a sample of what we were smoking. And now they call my mom and say, hey, we found your son with 7 grams of this and this and this. Without her knowing what 7 grams is, dude, she cried. She cried because she thought I was like selling the whole stuff, like I had like a whole huge amount because of not knowing the conversion factors. But it's my parent, man. I understand. School was not the same back then that it is now. So stay with me, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us in all our social media platform, like I say, so we can teach each other more cool stuff. So we're gonna do as we were doing last year, mathematics, physics. I'm going to try to squeeze in some more cool stuff in economics where I can. We can do accounting here and there, and I'll get more people to help me. Otherwise, I'm Mr. My Money. This is Simplified RSA, and we are the guys who makes it look easy. 525,600 minutes.